free Turkish army. From far off Constantinople, the Sultan repudiates him, but Mustafa grimly swears that he will gain Turkey's freedom or die. No other general equals this man, and the Turkish soldiers need only to be led to fight. They are traditionally warriors. Quickly, Mustafa Kemal gathers the forces of an occupied Turkey under his almost unchallenged domination. Mustafa Kemal pits his cold, inexhaustible toughness, his unyielding to 3 years, from 19 Turkey. Mustafa Kemal Pasha, married to a woman of Smyrna who personifies his ideal of Western freedom for all, commander of the army. With the winning of the war, he removes his uniform, never to wear it again. He is now granted dictatorial powers by the elected National Assembly. In Constantinople, to be officially renamed first president of the First Turkish Republic, Mustafa Kemal, during the 1920s, keeps his limitless wartime powers and his command of the army, makes the hard, dry town of Ankara his capital. His fantastic dream is not of empire or conquest, but of creating a democratic Turkey, a new kind of Turk in his lifetime. More than 90% of Turkey's 13 millions are illiterate. Mustafa, who earned in school his second name, Kemal, meaning excellent, himself takes charge of replacing the difficult Turkish language, are prepared by experts bullied into haste by Kemal. To make a modern nation capable of government by the people, all Turkey must be sent to school. Now divorced from his wife, he takes pleasure in the company of emancipated women. And his proud, fiercely disciplined bearing, which annoyed his superior officers years before, does not change now that he acknowledges no superiors. The men around him treat him as emperors and primitive chieftains and modern dictators are treated. Flatter and yes him, seek the smallest of privileges, such as lighting his cigarette. Man in a hurry, he has no time for opposition or for modifying his programs. Is too concentrated to pay the slightest attention to the awkward and harassed civil servant who is about to drip peach juice on his shoulder, or to the waiter who will wipe it off. Although gossip is rife of his spare time affairs with women, of private drunken orgies by which Atatürk relieves long periods of relentless labor, this monarch in mufti never loses his public dignity, even at play. He is adored, also respected, also hated and feared and ruthless in dealing with those who oppose him. Now he goes into the countryside, to remote villages, to our... To show his phlegmatic peasants what he wants, he buys land, demonstrates the advantages of tractors. Atatürk, son of a civil servant, military careerist, now all-powerful dictator, becomes a model Sunday farmer. The world is anxious to restore good diplomatic relations with Turkey. From the United States comes Ambassador Joseph Clark Grew.
For this revolution and high accomplishment, one man is primarily responsible. The name of Gazi Mustafa Kemal will forever be associated with the development, founding of the new modern Turkish state, and will forever be inscribed indelibly upon the rolls of history.
Türk milleti taben demokrattır.
The Turkish nation is democratic by nature.
Zaten çok yükselmiş bulunan Amerika milletinin
I have no doubt that the American nation, which has gone so far in this ideal, is Turkey's friend in her aims.
Bütün beşeriyeti birbirini sevmeye,
this will not be all. Perhaps it can lead to a world of love, with all old prejudices erased, with all nations coexisting in peace and prosperity. Turkish people by the thousands wait for Atatürk to bring him their troubles and their problems. To the man in the street, Atatürk is his personal boss and his personal friend, willing to listen, wanting to help. All over the country, Atatürk preaches the ways of the West, scolds and harries workmen to carry out his forcible plan for industrializing the Turkish Republic. Campaigns are poorly designed and poorly run too. But meantime, he must mend his defenses and re-equip his neglected army, a bayonet army from an early... Turkey's dictator has said, Hitler will lead a dynamic nation to destruction by whipping its passions, and Mussolini will play Caesar. Time is proving him right. Aging now, Atatürk gives his personal fortune to the nation, lives quietly, spends time teaching the youngest of his 6 adopted daughters the alphabet he made all Turkey learn. Watching his young nation, Father Atatürk believes in her democratic future and has preserved for her under his autocratic rule the Republican Constitution and the secret ballot which will elect his successors. His severest Western critic grudgingly admits, Atatürk is dictator so that Turkey may never again have a dictator. The Shah of Iran is among the neighboring rulers who come to admire Atatürk's prospering progressive nation. Develops throughout Islam, none of its leaders will have Atatürk's genius or his convictions. An ailing Atatürk spends much time aboard the yacht presented to him for his help. Then my work will be done.